more misdemeanor offense. Their case has now been formally accused by the Solicitor General of Fulton County. Hence, this would be the defendant's first appearance before a judicial officer. I am going to be addressing each of these cases on a one-on-one basis. So if you are a defendant charged with one or more misdemeanor offenses, please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say in open court about the facts or circumstances of your case, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. With regards to each case, when I call the case, I will let you know what's your new case number, the charges brought against you, who is going to be your counsel if you need one, as well as to set a bond, and also possibly to give you a new court date. Ms. Bridgewater, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Your SAP reset date is going to be April the 24th.
FYI, is that Tuesday or Thursday? Or just
That's a Thursday.
Thursday. Okay, thank you. All right. Let us begin with courtroom 2. Who do we have?
Position 17, Judge.
Thank you.
Washington.
What number is this?
17. All right. This is Shanta Johnson, accused of simple no, excuse me. Folks, sorry. Okay. Really should get rid of all these calendars from my desk. Okay, here we go. Position 17 is Craig Washington. Mr. Washington has been accused of 2 counts of criminal trespass, theft by shoplifting, and loitering and prowling from April 4th, 2025. Mr. Washington, your new case number is 25 CR 1809H. You've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. Let's see now.
He got over 50.
And that's all I need to know. Thank you. Ms. Falk, what's the recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. As you know, this incident happened April 4th, 2025 at Walmart at 5200 Windward Parkway. The defendant went into the location, ripped the tags off the merchandise, tried to put various food items and lighters into a stolen backpack. Loss prevention confronted him. He threw the items on the ground and tried to flee the store. According to loss prevention, this is the 14th encounter that they've had with him for shoplifting and criminal trespass. The defendant was then sent to North Fulton Hospital on a 1013. On April 6th at 10:23 p.m., officers were dispatched to 5815 Little Tokyo Sushi and Grill. That's at 5815 Windward Parkway. They saw the defendant. They talked to Daniel Ladano, who is the reporting party, who provided video footage showing the defendant walking the interior corridor of the business, wearing the same thing as when the officer stopped him. All of the businesses were closed at the time, so he had no right to be inside the business, being that it was after hours. We are asking for a $4,000 surety bond, $1,000 per count, with a stay away from Walmart at 5200 Windward Parkway and the business complex at 5815 Windward Parkway in Alpharetta. An MHET has already been filed by PD Bartels, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. We're asking this be placed on the next calendar, at the 11 a.m. calendar on the 17th. This defendant has been arrested 6 times within the last year. His most recent release was March 28th, 2025, when he was given a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. And within 1 week, he reappeared back at the stay away location at Walmart. That's all for the state.
Thank you. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, we would ask that it go to the competency calendar as soon as possible. If he makes his bond in the meantime, great. That means he has resources on the outside, and I hope they would get him similar services, but we need to put him on the competency calendar.
Okay. $500 on each count. That's a $2,000 surety bond. Reset date is April 17th, 2025, to stay away from all Walmart stores, including the one in Windward Parkway. Next court date is April 17th, 11 a.m.
Your Honor, we're also asking for that stay away from 5815 Windward Parkway, that entire shopping complex.
5815 Windward Parkway, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All
I
right.
mean, yes, Your Honor.
I don't have a problem with that, but he needs to stay away from it. Thank you. Next case.
Number 4, Ms. Cruz.
First arrest, Judge.
Thank you. This is Antoinette Cruz, accused of simple battery family violence. May we also address Mr. Kinlaw if he's there? Mr. Kinlaw is position number 9, I think. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, position number 9.
Thank you. Antoinette Cruz is accused of simple battery family violence, case number 25 CR 1893G, with regards to, and Mr. Julius Kinlaw is the cross defendant, 25 CR. Well, not quite cross defendant. He's the alleged victim in the simple battery case. And then this was the subsequent incident from the same event. And his case number is 25 CR 1895A, accused of willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Incident date for both are April 9th of this year. Mr. Kinlaw and Ms. Cruz, you both have been advised of your right to remain silent. Ms. Cruz is represented by Mr. Chate. Is that correct, sir? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Kinlaw is represented by Ms. Maureen McLeod. Any priors on Mr. Kinlaw?
Second, 2016 possession of marijuana conviction.
All right. Ms. Melgizo, what's the state's recommendation for both?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident, as you mentioned, is from April 9, 2025. The location is 550 Abernathy Road, Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia. The defendant, Ms. Cruz, and the victim, Julius Kinlaw, have been in a romantic relationship for the past 3 years. They have been living together for about a year or so. On the day of the incident, officers responded to the location in reference to a domestic dispute. Officers spoke with the victim, Kinlaw, who told them that him and his girlfriend got into an argument about him taking her to the bank. They both got on each other's faces. The defendant pushed the victim's face away. The second time she pushed his face away, the defendant's finger went into his mouth, and he did bit the defendant's finger to try to remove her hand from his face. He also told officers that he held the defendant by her waist to prevent her from hitting him. When he let go of her, she was the one that called the police. After speaking with the victim, after speaking with the defendant, she confirmed the same events that the victim stated. She said they were arguing about the relationship. The officers did not see any bruises or cuts to the defendant's finger. Officers determined that the defendant was the primary aggressor and arrested her.
And Mr. Kinlaw was arrested because he did not listen to the officer's instructions regarding the patio door, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What's your recommendation for both of them?
Yes, the state's recommendation for Ms. Cruz is a signature bond through pretrial, 1 day of anger awareness, no further violent contact with Julius Kinlaw, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond. For Mr. Kinlaw, the state's recommendation is a signature bond through pretrial, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond.
Okay. Mr. Chate and Ms. McLeod, either one can chime in. Do your clients want to live together again, or they're just calling it quits?
Your Honor, I got from my client that he would like them to continue to have contact with each other and to live together.
And Mr. Chate?
That's the same impression that I got upon speaking with Ms. Cruz, Your Honor.
All right. On both of them, it's going to be a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further violent contact. They can both return to 550 Abernathy Road if that's where they want to live. And Ms. Cruz, you'll be required to enroll into a DVIP, which is a family violence program. This is your first arrest. Taking such a program would be of great benefit to you. You are to attend and complete all 26 classes, and you will enroll within 30 days and complete all 26 classes at your expense without missing or skipping any of them. no illegal drugs, no weapons, and no firearms for both of them. And their next court date will be sent to their address at Abernathy Road. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next is position number 8, Ms. Hunter.
Micaiah Hunter is accused of simple battery from April 9th, 2025, case 25 CR 1888D. Ms. Hunter, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Ms. Maureen McLeod is your counsel. And any priors, Mr. Howard?
Second arrest, 2024 shoplifting.
All right. Is that still open or?
Let me look.
All right. Is there a Miss Sierra Hunter on Zoom?
This is a dual arrest, Your Honor.
Oh, was it?
The mother was in felony court. This is a case with her mother. She's in felony court this morning.
All right. I didn't catch that one. Okay. Miss Dunlop, what's your recommendation for Miss Micaiah Hunter?
This incident date happened, I believe, on March 9th, 2025, 490 Glen Street. Officers responded to a dispute call and they met with the defendant, who stated her and her mother had a disagreement about her coming over to her mother's apartment with her, it looks like her ex-girlfriend and Miss Alicia Moore. Defendant and her mother were arguing in the hallway. Her mother stepped towards her. She believes her mother was going to hit her, so before she could, she slapped her mother in the face with an open hand. Her mother then pepper sprayed the defendant and the ex-girlfriend. She stated that she did mean to pepper spray the defendant, but not the ex-girlfriend. Given that this is her second arrest, the state is looking for a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial. I'm requesting no further violent contact with the mother, Sierra Hunter. I'll let her attorney advise whether she lives there. The warrant did state this is her mother's address. So I was hesitant to issue a stay away. I'll leave that to the court's discretion, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Ms. McLeod, any issue with the stay away?
Yes, Your Honor. I gathered from my client that she still currently lives there and she wants to have contact with her mom. There's been ample cooling down. I believe this happened over a month ago.
Yeah.
According to what the state said. So no further violent contact is fine with us, Your Honor.
Okay. Bond is set at 1,500. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 1. And no further violent contact with Sierra Hunter. She may return to 490 Glen Street. And I'm going to require her to do one anger, what do you call those things? Anger awareness classes with pretrial.
Anger awareness.
Anger awareness, yeah.
So you saying no further violence with the mother?
Yes.
All right,
I don't know what felony court said.
They haven't did it yet, so I'm about to go tell my coworker now, just so
All
they'll
right.
know.
Thank you.
What's the bond amount?
1,500 signature bond pretrial level 1.
All right, thank you.
Next case, courtroom 2.
Number 11 is Odom.
It's my understanding that that case was null pros.
Yeah, this was dismissed, Your Honor, after further review. We sent the null pros to the jail around 12 p.m. So this case is dismissed.
Apologies. We sent it to the clerk's office. We did not actually send a copy to the jail, but once it is signed by Your Honor and stamp filed, they'll send it over to the jail for us.
All right. Ms. Arquisha Odom, case 25 CR 1890Y. After further review, the prosecutor has decided not to pursue this case. So once I sign the dismissal, you should be released from the jail and this case is closed. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Thank you, Ms. McLeod. You have a good day.
You too, Your Honor. Thanks.
Thank you.
Next is position 1, Bailey. Okay.
Mr. Theory, do you represent him?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon. I am here on behalf of Marvin Arrington to represent Mr. Jordan Bailey.
Okay, thank you. This is State versus Jordan Anthony Bailey, case number 25 CR 1889G. Mr. Bailey is accused of driving under the influence of alcohol and failure to maintain lane or improper lane change from April 9th, 2025. Mr. Bailey, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and presently your attorney is Mr. Overton Theory, who is here from the office of Attorney Marvin Arrington. Now, just before I go into the state's issue, Ms. Melgizo, is this a bind over and or do we have warrants for this case?
I didn't know. I don't think it's a bind over. Let me double check. No, Your Honor.
Okay, and that's no to a bind over. And what about to the warrants?
Yeah, no warrant.
Okay, so he was booked in on April 9th. This will be the second day. By tomorrow, he'll be Riverside. So it's going to be a $2,000 signature bond on the DUI and a $1,000 signature bond on the failure to maintain lane. That's through the jail. And Mr. Bailey, please maintain a current address with the courts at all times. If you get arrested again, please be mindful that this signature bond through the jail can be amended to either a cash bond or a surety bond. Any questions, Mr. Theory?
No, Your Honor.
All right. This is a three.
Your Honor, I just want to put on the record the state did not have an opportunity to present the facts of this case. Although he was arrested on citations, it is being heard by the court and therefore is not Riverside.
Understood. I believe it is Riverside by the time you all get the warrants. So that concludes this matter. Next case.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused, please?
Terry, good to see you back in the saddle, so to speak. Take care.
Thank you, and same to you, Your Honor. Take care.
Oh, he never left the saddle.
Thomas McLean.
Good to see you.
Thank
Your
you.
Honor, if I may interject while the next person is coming, I have 3 interviews to do on the telephone. I'll drop out of Zoom entirely for convenience and then get back on.
And which positions are you interviewing?
Zadarajna, Aga, and Robin.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So those are the 3 we can't address right now. Who do we have right now?
Number 6, Green.
Is this Mr. McLean's client? Zachariah? No, that was the
Just the Green, number 6.
number 6. Okay. This is Zachariah Green, case number 25 CR 001-894E. Mr. Green is accused of failure to keep drugs in its original container, operating a vehicle with no insurance, and operating a vehicle while license suspended or revoked. This is from April 9th, 2025. Mr. Green, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. Chate. Any prize, please?
12. Open case out of state court. Suspended license. Fleeing or attempt to elude. Reckless driving. Failure to stop at stop sign. It's 24 CR 001-369E. FTAs from 2018 and 15. Open case out of Superior Court 24 SC 005-303. Suspended. Hold on.
I have that history. I have
All right.
I have a controlled substance for oxycodone possession, driving with suspended license again, knowingly driving with suspended, cancel or revoke license, and possession of a firearm by a felon. That was a pretrial release for the Superior Court one. On the state court one, that was Judge Williams, and he's out on an $8,000 signature bond.
Okay. Is that through pretrial?
Yes.
All right. So pretrial, are you all surrendering that bond?
I think they already stopped supervising.
Oh, okay.
From what I saw.
All right. In that case, Ms. Dunlop, for this new charges, what's the state's recommendation?
Just to quickly put the facts on record, Your Honor, this defendant was arrested yesterday on the 9th at, it looks like 2881 Dale Creek Drive. Officers conducted a traffic stop for the defendant. as they turned on their emergency lights and siren, instructing the defendant to pull over. He pulled in the driveway of the Matthew Street home. He got out of the car, attempting to approach officers, was told to get back in his car. He told officers that he lived there. The owner of the home came outside and stated he did not. Defendant then again attempted to leave his car again, asking why officers pulled him over. Officers told him the reason for the traffic stop, which was they saw he had no insurance. Defendant gave his information to officers and they asked, had he been smoking? They smelled marijuana. He responded he didn't smoke. Upon running his information, his license came back suspended for child support. Officers then approached the defendant again, who attempted to close his car door and then tried to get out of the car. They detained him and placed him in custody. Officers told the defendant while he was in custody that they wanted to search his car. He did not have to consent. He did consent, to which officers then found 3 different controlled substances in a ibuprofen bottle. None of them were the prescription. Given that pretrial just put the 2 open cases on record, he was already arrested various times for driving without a license, so he's very much aware that he should not be driving with a license. The state is looking for a $6,000 surety bond in this case, $2,000 on each charge. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond, no driving without a valid license, seems the defendant can't seem to follow that, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Chate?
Thank you, Your Honor. I ask the court to consider a $1,000 surety bond. According to the public safety assessment, although my client may have open cases, he has no violent convictions on record, nor does he have failures to appear according to the PSA. He's 31 years old. He's been a lifelong resident of Georgia. He got through school as far as the 11th grade, and then he was working towards his GED, and he's in the process of working towards that. And for the past 2.5 years, he has worked in car detailing for a company, I believe, called Auto Works. For those reasons, Your Honor, I ask the court to consider my recommendation.
Your Honor, if he may, he does have FTAs in his history. I have several FTAs from 2015, 2018 in his history. He does have FTAs.
Yeah, the only thing is I think the news law is in the last 4 or 5 years. So I really can't remember whether it was 4 or 5, but in either event, could I have the other case open? I'm sorry, Mr. Howard was talking a little faster than usual.
Is it the Superior Court case or the state, Your Honor? I have both numbers.
The state one.
State, I have 24 CR 00136-9E, and that was Judge Williams.
1369E. Got it. Okay.
You could have told me to slow down.
No, I never tried. Okay. Driving while license suspended revoked. This is his. Well, you've got this offense from September 18th, 2023. From March 22nd, 2024, and now April 9th, 2025. So, Mr. Green, you cannot operate a motor vehicle anywhere in this country until you have a valid driver's license. Your bond for this particular charge is $2,000 surety bond. On the no insurance, it's going to be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. On the failure to keep drugs in its original container is a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. His total bond is going to be a $6,000 split bond. And we're going to reset this new case along with the 24 CR 001-369E to the, what was it again? April 29th?
24th.
24th. April
Yes.
24th. Calendar. If Mr. Green does make bond, he will be required to report to pretrial services once a week. He will be required to not consume any illegal drugs and no alcohol, and not own or possess any firearms. He will be subject to random screens. His pretrial supervision must be a minimum of 12 months. And if he gets arrested again, this $4,000 signature bond will also be surrendered. Thank you.
Your Honor, let's go back over the bonds according to the charges. The drugs in not in original container, was that a surety bond or
Oh, I can go over it again.
Okay, please.
Count 1 for the drugs is 2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. No insurance is 2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. Random screens and driving while license suspended revoked, $2,000 surety.
Thank you.
No driving unless he has a valid driver's license that has either been reinstated or reissued. valid insurance and proper registration. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, next case after he stretches. There we go.
Position 15, Judge.
All right.
Good.
Lynn Perry Simpson is accused of criminal trespass and willful obstruction of an officer from April 8th, 2025. Case number 25 CR 1884E. Mr. Simpson, these are the two charges that have been brought against you in this new case. And
Hey, Judge,
yes, sir.
can we hold off on position 15? McLean still talking to your client on the phone.
Oh, so who is this then?
We're gonna go with Bates, come on. Well, we're gonna go with position 2.
2, okay. And we have our Spanish interpreter available as well. So which case do we need Miss Lucia for?
That's for one of Mr. McLean's clients, Delgado Ortega.
Okay. As soon as Mr. Chate, could you text Mr. McLean, let him know that our Spanish interpreter is available, so maybe he can speak to his client while she's here. Thank you.
I can do that right now.
Appreciate it. Thank you. We have position 2, Aaron Bates, accused of battery, family violence from February 21st of this year, case number 25 CR 1891C. Mr. Bates, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. Chate. Any priors?
7. 2021 battery. 2020 DUI, reduced to reckless driving. 2019 battery DV, simple battery, acquitted. 2015 DUI, conviction.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Melgiza, what's the recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident is from February 21st, 2025. The location is 1160 Hammond Drive, apartment 157, Sandy Springs, Georgia. The defendant, Mr. Bates, and the victim, Shantae Ellis, lived together at the location. On the day of the incident, when officers arrived, the victim was clearly in emotional distress. The officers could see bruising and lacerations on the victim. The victim told officers that her and the defendant had been arguing for a while. The defendant's 2 children were at the apartment. So the victim called her mother, and their mother came and picked them up. The defendant got upset that the children were gone, and he pushed the victim against the wall. The victim stated that the defendant put both of his hands around her neck. She fought back. The defendant punched the victim in the face 2 times. He then grabbed a trash can and threw it at the victim, hitting her in the head. Officers could observe lacerations and bruising to the victim's shin and knee area that were actively bleeding. They also observed bruising and lacerations on the victim's face. The defendant was not at the location when officers arrived, but the victim was able to provide a picture of the defendant. Your Honor, the state's recommendation is a $2,000 surety bond, no further violent contact with Shantae Ellis, complete a family violence intervention program, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond, no firearms. Your Honor, we did speak with the victim. She says she doesn't remember the incident. They share no children. She wants to have further contact with the defendant. She says she's not in fear. The reason why we're recommending a surety bond, Your Honor, it's because of the previous 2 arrests. He had one in 2019 and another one in 2018 that involves violence against others. The victim did say that she was going to be here. We can sound for Ms. Ellis in case she wants to be heard.
Shantae Ellis, if you want to contribute to these proceedings, you need to unmute and start your video.
I'm here. My video is unmuted as well.
All right, Ms. Ellis, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Do you and Mr. Bates still occupy the same home?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you all have any children?
No, Your Honor.
And are you comfortable having contact with him?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Chate, anything else to add?
Yes, Judge. Thank you. My client is 32 years old. He has been a Georgia resident for the past 16 years. He's been through school as far as getting a bachelor's degree. He has a degree in IT from WGU, and he has been an engineer for the past 6 years. I asked the court to consider $1,000 surety bond instead, and I would ask the court to consider also no further violent contact instead. Also, seeing that my client told me that this is his address and not Miss Ellis' address, I would also object to a stay away.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation was not further violent contact.
Okay. Bond is set at $5,000. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. Mr. Bates will be released on a signature bond through pretrial, and he will report to pretrial twice a month for a minimum period of 12 months. Once he is released on this bond, he is to have no further violent contact with Shantae Ellis, which means there cannot be any future physical or verbal altercations. And if the police get involved and Mr. Bates is arrested again, this $5,000 signature bond will be revoked and amended to either a cash bond or a surety bond. Within 30 days of being released, Mr. Bates will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program. This is a 26-week counseling program, and he will attend and complete all 26 classes at his expense without missing or skipping any of these classes. He's not to consume any illegal drugs, no alcohol, and he's not allowed to own or possess or have any firearms near him. He will be subject to random screens for illegal drugs and or alcohol. Thank you.
Okay. Court position 7, Judge, Mr. Hall.
7? Okay. This is State versus Michael Hall. Michael Hall is accused of 2 counts of simple battery and 2 counts of battery. Case number 25 CR 1899E. Incident date is April 9th, 2025. Mr. Hall, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. Chate. How many priors, if any, Mr. Howard?
37. You got to open interference with government property, 24 PI 007 094. Open simple assault. I got a 2020.
I thought he took a plea on the simple assault.
He may have. 2022 ag assault, ag battery conviction. 2020 terrorist threats conviction. 2018 battery conviction. 05 ag assault conviction.
That's good. Thank you. All right. Let's start with Ms. Dunlop. Yes, Ms. Dunlop. What's the recommendation?
Thank you, Your Honor. To briefly put the facts on the record, this incident location happened at 253 Trinity Avenue Southwest. That's a salon. Officers responded to a dispute involving a weapon. The defendant had already left the location prior to officers' arrival, but was detained by another officer at 53 Broad Street. Officers found 3 cans of pepper spray in his possession, according to the other officer. 2 of the victims were on the scene, a Miss Shantae Sims and Miss Fresnel Cooper. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. That's Frenshel, last name Cooper, who stated the defendant randomly walked into the hair salon shop. They told him no, since he was not a customer. He pulled out 2 cans of pepper spray and sprayed everyone inside. 2 of the victims are sprayed in their face, caused them harm and trouble breathing, skin irritation, burning to their face. Defendants also stated to all the victims, y'all better be glad I do not have my gun on me, and left the location. There were additional victims that he pepper sprayed with Miss Frida Richardson, Frieda, and Miss Corey Dyches, Dyches, first name Cori. The state looks like there's a high history of reoffending here. He has violence for convictions dating back to 1990 with battery, terroristic threats, aggravated assaults. Most recent, I think you were asking about that charge. That was a 2024 in January conviction. The state did have a chance to speak to all 4 victims. Ms. Richardson confirmed the offense in the warrant. She stated that he pepper sprayed her in her eyes, got on her hair, her clothes, her shoes. She stated that her eyes didn't stop burning until midnight. She's afraid to return to the salon. She is on Zoom. We can sound for her when appropriate. The second victim is Corey Dyches. She stated, confirmed the events in the warrant. She said her throat was burning. She was coughing. They don't know the defendant, Ms. Fresno Cooper. Also confirmed the events in the warrant. She stated, although she did not directly get hit with the pepper spray, she is in fear of the defendant returning and harming her and others in the salon. She said that they now have to keep the doors locked and let individuals in one by one due to this incident. They want no further contact and for him to stay away. She also stated she would be on Zoom. We could sound for her when appropriate. And we also spoke to Ms. Shantae Sims. She also confirmed the events in the warrant. She stated she does not believe this case should be a misdemeanor because the defendant threatened them about he should have brought his gun. She's terrified the defendant is not feel safe at the salon. She also wants no contact, wants him to stay away, and will be on Zoom. The state is looking for $8,000 surety bond in this case, $2,000 per count, 1 day anger awareness, no further contact with Ms. Frida Richardson, Corey Dyches, Frencho Cooper, Shantae Sims, a stay away from 253 Trinity Avenue Southwest, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. And we can sound for all 4 victims when appropriate.
Oh my goodness. All right. Whoever is interested in speaking about the case involving Michael Hall, if you can start your video. All right, Cooper, who is present there?
Yes. And I'm Shantae Sims.
Okay, I just need one of you to speak. Who would like to speak?
You can
Just one of you. Who would like to speak? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Michelle would speak.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, what would you like to tell us?
Well, he came into the salon and he was asking something. We was just like, no, no, we don't have it. No, you can't get anything. No soliciting. Once we told him no, he kind of just shook his head. He reached behind his pocket. Well, he had both hands because he pulled out 2 bottles of mace, and he just started.
Has he been to this location before?
No.
Okay, does he patronize any of the other stores in this strip area? No. Okay. So is this the first time you've seen him?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Mr. Chate?
Thank you, Judge. I asked the court to consider a surety amount within the $1,000 to $2,000 range. My client has absolutely no income and cannot afford any bond. He's 50 years old. He's a lifelong resident of Atlanta, Georgia, making him a minimal flight risk. He's never lived anywhere else. In terms of his schooling, he got through as far as the 11th grade. Then he went on to earn his GED, and thereafter he went to trade school. And the connection wasn't the best on my phone, but I believe he told me that he earned his trade in HVAC. Right, for those reasons, Judge, I asked the court to follow my recommendation.
All right. Unfortunately, 37 cycles, he's got an open bench warrant in his felony case, and his failure to appear from, I think it was 2024. Yeah, signed by Judge Brandy Brooks, disqualifies him from a signature bond. And given the alleged unprovoked nature of this incident, on the simple battery is going to be $1,500 each, and on the battery charges are going to be $2,500 each. His total bond is going to be $8,000. That's going to be a surety bond. No further contact with the 4 victims identified by the state. To stay 500 yards away from 253, I think it was Trinity Avenue. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Which includes staying away from all the stores in that location. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons, including firearms, machetes, knives, pepper spray, maces, whatever could be deemed a weapon, he's not allowed to have them. His next court date will be April 24th. Next case, please.
We waiting on Ms. McLean, Judge.
Oh, okay. Mr. Chate, any progress there? Ms. Cooper, you're free to go.
All right.
Yeah, I sent a text to Mr. McLean.
You can come on over.
So we could do number 3. He's also my client, Mr. Bennett.
Let's see if Deputy, is Keandre Bennett available?
He's in felony court right now, first appearance, but we'll check and see if he's ready.
Yeah, we'll need Mr. McLean. Okay, meanwhile, on position number, Gary White, is Mr. Melvin Thomas here with us on Zoom?
And that is Melvin Thompson,
Thompson, yeah.
Thompson,
right? And I believe he is here.
right. Mr. Melvin Thompson? I think he was supposed to be in a breakout with Gary White, correct?
Actually, he was supposed to come this morning and meet with Mr. White, was what we were informed yesterday at SEA.
Well, he's here now. So
Okay.
which, Mr. Thompson, if you are present, could you please unmute and start your video?
And Your Honor, I don't see him on the Zoom.
I don't either.
So, Judge Law, so Thompson, he had came out to the jail and talked to Mr. White. So he said he's gonna be on at 2 o'clock. So I'm not sure why he's not on right now.
I
Okay.
spoke with him as well, and he said he was going to be on as well, Your Honor.
Did he indicate whether he was prepared to take Mr. White?
He indicated that he was not at this time, but was still open to taking him when it's when his the housing or the place where Mr. White can stay is available for him to come.
All right, then we will reset Mr. White's case to the next SAP calendar, which will be April, not the 24th, because he's been, what was the reset date from 3 days ago, from April 8th?
The 22nd?
Okay, reset him to April 22nd.
Okay.
Your Honor, if you can give us a moment, if Miss White or Kasha has the number or information for Mr. Thompson, he was supposed to make a determination today, and that's why we had it reset to today.
All right, all right, then I'll hold until the end of the calendar. Mr.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
I'll give him a call.
All right. Mr. McLean, we have Miss Lucia who is present to speak with regards to, I think I can't recall, position number 5, I think, Jose Delgado Ortega.
Right. He definitely needs a Spanish interpreter. I talked to him and communication was.
Is this something that Mr. Chate could handle since no one has spoken to him yet while you address your other cases?
Well, I've already read the report, so I would.
Okay, understood. Courtroom 2, how can we accommodate a conversation with the interpreter and position 5, Mr. Delgado?
You can do all McLean people before we do the interpret case, so we don't have to hold up court.
Ms. Lucia, I'm afraid you have to wait. Is that all right?
That's okay, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Mike, if it's more efficient, I could take Mr. Delgado Ortega's case. I can interview him.
Okay. I am Rick Robinson and Zadareja. I'm not sure I'm murdering that term.
All right, let's go ahead and call Mr. McLean's first case, and then Deputy, you can accommodate Mr. Delgado in a separate location. I can put them into a breakout with Mr. Chate and the interpreter. If you can't, then don't worry about it. Just leave it as it is.
All right, Robinson, come on. Position 14.
Thank you.
That's Robinson.
Yes.
Kendall Devon Robinson is accused of loitering and prowling and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer from April 5th of this year. Mr. Robinson, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is going to be Mr. McLean. This is a bind-over case from Union City, and he's presently on a $2,000 surety bond. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
5th arrest on probation, trespass, and obstruction. It's 23 CR 003 167 C. On probation for 2 counts of reckless conduct. It's 24 CR 006 943 C.
So those are 2 open probation cases?
Yeah, he was sentenced on the same day, October 22nd, 2024.
Okay, thank you.
And he had some violence that was dismissed.
All right. That was his 5 cycles. All right. And Ms. Dunlop, what's your recommendation?
This incident date happened on the 5th of April, 2025 at 4430 Flat Shoals Road in Union City. This is a laundromat. Officers responded to a loitering call. They observed the defendant who's standing in front of the location, asked if he was using the laundromat. He stated that he was, and he was in there with an unidentified female, who told officers she was not with him. Defendant then walked back in the laundromat while officers was talking to him, grabbed a backpack and his phone that was charging. He exited the location and began walking away from officers when they ordered him to stop several times. When he finally stopped, which officers asked him for his identification card, he said that he didn't have one. He was asked multiple times to provide his name and date of birth, which he refused. Officers began to detain the defendant, in which he resisted multiple times. He tried to snatch away, all while trying to get back on his feet when he was taken to the ground. The state is looking for a $1,500 surety bond on this case, $1,000 on the willful, $500 on the loitering. A stay away from the 4430 Flat Shoals Road, SHOALS, which is a laundromat, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, Mr. Robinson is 24. He went to Langston Hughes High School. I believe he graduated approximately 2019, but he has some memory problems because he was shot in the head in 2018. He's had to relearn several things, both physically and mentally. He went and took some courses in hair and nail cutters and has worked in a barber shop. He is starting his own clothing business and has been working on that for several years. I contacted his family. I think that his family might be on Zoom, and I'd like to hear from them if they're willing to chime in.
Right. If there's anyone here for Kendall Devon Robinson, this will be the time to start your video and unmute Zoom. Someone appeared on iPad. Yes, sir. What's your name, please?
Corey Robinson.
All right. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And how do you know Mr. Kendall Robinson?
He's my son.
All right. And does he live with you?
Yes, currently.
All right. And do you live anywhere close to 4430 Flat Shoals Road?
I live approximately 15 minutes away.
15 minutes away. What's that? 5 miles?
A little bit more than 5 miles. You have to get on the interstate to get there.
All right. And do you have a laundry machine at home?
Yes, we do.
All right. That sounds excellent. Thank you so much, Mr. Robinson.
Your Honor, I'd like to propose that if the family believes they can help take care of him and keep him out of trouble, that the court give him a signature bond with appropriate conditions.
All right. On the loitering and prowling, it's going to be a $500 surety. On the willful obstruction, that's going to be a $1,000 signature bond through the jail. This is a $1,500 split bond. He is to stay 200 yards away from 4430 Flat Shoals Road in Union City. He cannot be seen within 200 yards of that location. And his next court date will be April 24th, unless he makes bond. Please remember now that this is not a brand new open case against you, and you'll need to maintain a current address for the court and report when summoned. Thank you.
Ready for the breakout session in courtroom 1, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Okay. We are going to put you in a breakout very soon. Just give me a moment. Who do we have in courtroom 2? Courtroom 2, please.
Position 15.
Okay. This is Lynn Perry Simpson. Is that correct? Okay. And this is Mr. McLean's client. Mr. Simpson is accused of criminal trespass and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Case number 25 CR 1884E. Mr. Simpson, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. McLean. How many cycles, Mr. Howard, if any?
19. 2015 armed robbery, possession of a firearm during the conviction. 2015 FTA probation. 2015 simple battery DV that was dismissed. 2014 FTA. I got to see how much time he did with the armed robbery. That was 10 years ago.
He was just
If
released.
any. Oh.
He was just released. Does he have an open case in state court?
I don't know. Let me see. No, not that I see.
Okay.
Hold on. I see something.
That's all right. Ms. Falk, do you have a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. So this incident happened on April 8th, 2025, over at 3110 Godby Road in College Park. That's the address of the Manchester Ridge Apartments. Leasing agent Princess Pepra stated that she was informed that an individual was staying in the vacant apartment at apartment 2D at that location. Video footage was then sent to Ms. Pepra of the defendant walking around at that apartment. She was able to make contact with that defendant. She was also able to verify that apartment was in fact vacant. Officers conducted a building clearance at that location. They observed wet paint sign placed in the bathroom area and no furniture in the unit. While patrolling, the officers did observe the defendant that was on the video footage. Ms. Prepa provided the officer that the defendant was walking westbound on Godby Road, and the officer made contact with the defendant. The defendant was placed in handcuffs after resisting arrest and attempting to run away from law enforcement and refusing to allow law enforcement to place him in handcuffs. So that was the basis of the obstruction. As you've heard, this defendant has a number of cases, including an armed robbery. I did not have an opportunity to look at the corrections database, but normally the date of an armed robbery would be 10 years from the date of the offense if he was given a standard sentence for armed robbery. So he would have been released recently. We are asking for a $1,000 surety bond on each charge, $1,000 on the loitering and prowling, $1,000 on the willful obstruction of an officer, and we would like to sound for Miss Prepa, Prepah, if she is available at this time.
I got
for the state.
One more thing. I didn't see it in the history, but on Odyssey, he got stalking, terrorist threats, loitering, prowling. He pled guilty to with you, Judge, in February. It's 25 CR 000661F.
Thank you. Pepper, I'm sorry, I think it was Princess Pepper, I think.
It's Prepah. I think it's Prepa, or I'm not exactly sure how to say the last name, so I do apologize.
Anyone involved with the Lynn Perry Simpson case, if you want to contribute, this is the time to unmute and start your video. All right, that is not going on. So, Mr. McLean, yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Lynn Simpson is 35. For the last 7 months, he's worked at a cook and all other duties at a bar and grill locally. He is graduate of, he went to McNair High School through the 9th and then got his GED from Atlanta Workforce here in town. He would like to ask the court to grant the lowest possible bond in this situation, including a signature bond if that is possible, and a 1,000 surety if it is not.
All right. On the criminal trespass is going to be $2,500. On the willful obstruction is $500. This is a $3,000 surety bond to stay 200 yards away from the entire apartment complex called the Manchester Ridge Apartments at 3110 Godby Road in College Park. And his next court date is going to be April 24th. Thank you.
Judge, can we get the breakout session for courtroom 1?
Mr. McLean, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, Ms. Grace?
Can Alex take the Spanish translator and McLean continue?
McLean would need to be in the breakout with Ms. Lucia and Mr. Delgado.
Okay, so just stand by. We're gonna continue with position 16.
16? Okay. Mr. McLean, is that your client, Lynn Allen Walker?
16 is mine.
Okay. Lynn Allen Walker is 25 CR 1885C, accused of hit and run, failure to return to the scene of the accident. This is one charge only from February 2nd, 2025. Mr. Walker, you've been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. McLean. Any crimes?
21. Last arrest was 2013, possession of marijuana. That was NOD.
How many cycles?
21.
21, okay. All right, Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. Just to clarify on this case, the defendant currently has no bond set by the magistrate judge who handled this. This incident happened on February 2nd of 2015. The defendant on that date, there were two vehicles involved in a collision. This happened on private property in the parking lot at 609 Cascade Avenue Southwest. The defendant was operating a Lincoln. Miss Foreman, who's the victim, Erica Foreman, was operating a Chevy. Miss Foreman was parked in her space at the location. The defendant backed up his vehicle and hit her rear bumper with his rear bumper. It caused damage to her vehicle. And when the defendant stopped, got out, and refused to communicate with Miss Foreman, refused to share any identifying information or insurance information, got back into his vehicle and fled the scene. Prior to Mr. Walker leaving, Miss Foreman was able to make note of the tag number of his vehicle. She did stay on the scene, and the officers went back, indicated that the defendant was the registered vehicle owner of the Lincoln, did a 6-pack lineup, and Miss Foreman did identify the defendant as the individual who struck her vehicle. So that is the facts on the case. Given the defendant's history, and given the fact that this was a pretty blatant hit and run, he got out of the vehicle, had every opportunity to try to make this right, and chose not to, and chose not even to speak to her. We are asking for a $3,000 surety bond. We are asking for a stay away from Miss Erica Freeman, and we would actually ask that he not drive during this period of time due to the incident and his behavior.
Mr. McLean?
And no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And if we could sound for Miss Freeman.
Oh, okay. Ms. Freeman? This is a person on iPhone, but I have no idea who that is. All right, Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, Mr. Walker's 48, high school graduate, has worked in rehab of houses and in a laundromat. He would ask the court for the lowest possible bond. He's got a good address on Haversham Drive in Decatur. Communication, he's got family here, he's got plenty of community ties. We would ask the court for the lowest bond, including a signature bond, if that's possible. Thank you.
Bond is set at $1,500, it's a surety bond. Next court date is April 24th, unless he bonds out. Maintain a current address with the court, and no driving unless you have a valid driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration. Thank you.
Your Honor, is her last name Freeman or Foreman?
Let me just make sure. It is Foreman, excuse me, Foreman.
Okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, just to clarify for the record, I know it looks like there are 2 counts here. It's just
no, it's 1 count. I did say
right.
One count.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it is 1 count. Yeah. It's a long title for one offense. So
correct.
Okay.
All right, position 19.
And that would be Mr. McLean or Mr. Chate?
McLean.
Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, can I ask courtroom 2 something really quickly? Is Mr. Leon Phillips a courtroom 2?
Leon Phillips won't be joining us physically today. I'll be telling the court and y'all about what's going on with him as far as the competency request and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is Ralph Wright, accused of driving hit and run where the driver failed to stop or return to the scene of the accident, improper and erratic lane change, and driving while license suspended or revoked. These three offenses stem from a March 1st, 2025 traffic incident, case number 25CR1887E. Mr. Wright, you have been advised of your right to remain silent, and your attorney is Mr. McLean. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
Third last arrest was back in 87.
All right.
That is correct, Your Honor. That was it was out of state.
Virginia.
Right. So that was quite a long time ago.
All right. And what's the state's recommendation?
So on this case, Your Honor, it's sort of similar facts to our last case. This defendant on, March 1st, 2025 at Cleveland Avenue and Springdale Road, the victim, Miss Deandra Wilson, she was on Cleveland waiting to turn onto Springdale when the defendant actually deviated from his lane and struck her on the left side of the vehicle. She advised that they pulled into the Walmart parking lot, but the defendant told her he didn't hit her vehicle and she was crazy. And she was able to get the tag number before the vehicle fled. The officer then tried to make attempts and tried to talk to the defendant, who then finally, when he made contact, claimed that he was driving and identified that it was Miss Wilson who struck him, although he did not remain at the scene. He had a suspended license from December 5th of 2023 for a super speeder violation. A 6-pack was conducted and Miss Wilson was able to successfully identify the defendant. We are asking for a $3,000 surety bond, $1,000 on each charge. That is a deviation from the magistrate court, which issued a $5,000 surety bond as to each charge. We are also asking that the defendant not drive, since he does not have a valid license, and that he stay away from Miss Deandra Wilson. At this time, we would like to sound for Miss Deandra Wilson. That's all for the state.
Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, Mr. Wright is 59 years old. He has some college. He was studying a business course. He's also been working as a technician in the biomedical engineering field with medical devices after he became disabled and is now on a disability situation. He has a stable address on North Fulton Avenue in Hapeville, Georgia, and has community ties. We would ask the court to set a signature bond if that is possible, Your Honor. There should be no reason for him to miss court.
Okay. On the driving hit and run, that's going to be $2,000 signature bond through pretrial, level 1. On improper erratic lane change, that's going to be a $500 signature bond through pretrial, level 1. And driving while license suspended or revoked, that's going to be a $1,000 surety bond. This is going to be a $3,500 split bond. And next court date is April 24th. No driving unless he has a valid driver's license that has been reinstated or reissued, adequate insurance, and proper registration. It is a split bond, so once he makes the $1,000 surety bond, he'll be required to report to pretrial once a month. If he gets arrested again for any other incident or cited for any of these traffic offenses, then his signature bond could also be revoked. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Wright, what's your question? You remember you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you.
Okay, first of all, Your Honor, I'd like to say I turned myself in once.
When we start off with first of all, it just scares me.
Okay.
You tell the client that I would like for him to remain silent and continue to talk at your own peril, sir.
What do you mean by that?
Just 1 minute, Mr. McLean. Mr. Wright, you've already spoken to an attorney. Now, anything you choose to tell the court right now, your statements may inadvertently cause me to change my ruling on the bond. That's what it means by if you say something, your statements could be used against you.
I understand. Okay.
So if you want to waive your right to remain silent, that's entirely up to you. You're not going to make your attorney a very happy person.
It would be a very foolish thing to do, indeed.
Okay. All I would like to say is just one thing, please.
Entirely up to you, sir.
Yes. My license is no longer suspended. I paid the fine I wasn't aware of. That's all I have to say. And I have made paid DMV the amount of $250 for
And
reinstatement.
on March 1st, 2025, is that when you paid your fine?
I'm not for sure of that date, Ron. I don't think
When did you pay your fine?
it was after I had found out.
After you what?
After I had found out my license had been suspended. I did not know.
And when did you find out?
It was probably 2 to 3 days later.
All right. Your bond currently is 3,500, is a split bond. As I said, you need to either go through a bonding company on the $1,000 portion, and on the $2,500 portion, that's a release bond, but you'll be required to report to pretrial once a month. And remember, no driving unless your license is valid. So if you've had it reinstated, then you can drive as long as you have adequate insurance and proper registration as well.
Thank you. Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right, Judge, and we're gonna go to position 10.
Okay, Mr. McLean, I'm going to put you into a breakout with courtroom 1 and Miss Lucia.
Thank you.
Miss Grace, if you could please, Miss Lucia, she should be.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Chate, do you represent Leslie Mitchell, also known as Leslie Oloa Ramirez?
I do not, Your Honor.
Your Honor, that's my client, but I was waiving his presence and was going to argue it later.
All right. It's Miss Mitchell, right?
Yes, her. I'm sorry. Her. I was waiving her presence and filed. I have not yet forwarded it, but I have scanned it to forward the waiver form.
All right. Thank you. All right. Deputy Attorney McLean has waived her appearance, so she's free to sit in the courtroom, but we're probably not going to address the case.
Okay, before we do the breakout session, we have, let me see right here. We also have position 13. She back on the calendar, so she been here maybe over.
Oh yes, I know this one. Mr. McLean, I think you better go. Is that your client as well?
It will be today, Your Honor. On April 3rd, she was not, as I was not working that day. I was on vacation, but I understood she got a signature bond with co-signers, and she named 3 possible co-signers.
All right.
I have talked to 2 of those 3 possible co-signers and cannot reach the 3rd. They say they are not going to.
All right, then her case will be reset to the April, what was it, 22nd?
Yes, ma'am.
22nd SAP calendar.
Your Honor, because of the situation, she's 17. I wondered if I could argue that basically my attitude is if the legislature calls her a 17-year-old under these circumstances subject to adult criminal punishment, we really ought to give her that level of responsibility and make her come to court like an adult and just give her a regular signature bond.
You want me to amend it to $1,000 surety bond?
That would cost you $100 to get out, young lady. Would there be any way you could do that? $150.
All right, I'm just going to keep it at the signature bond with the 3 possible co-signers between now and April 22nd. One of them may change their mind. Thank you. Was it 22nd?
April 22nd, that is correct.
Okay, that's the SAP.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. McLean, are you ready for your breakout?
I am. I'm going to tap the button now. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Mr. Chate, do you have, let me see, I have a Ukrainian interpreter. I believe that's for position number 10, Svetlana Zadorozhna. Is that your client, sir?
Judge, before we do that, we can go to position 3.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Keandre Bennett is accused of giving false information to an officer from May 2nd, 2024, case number 25 CR 1897B. Mr. Bennett, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is Mr. Chate. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
Well, he's going to felony as well as a probation hold as well.
Okay.
You can see 27,500 in felony.
Okay.
Thank you. Ms. Melguza, I'm familiar with this case. What's your bond recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. Just really quick. The incident is from March 2nd, 2024. The location is 1123 Osborne Street, Southeast Atlanta, Georgia. On the day of the incident, Officer Robin went to the location. They were looking for the defendant since he had a bench warrant out for his arrest. At the location, Ms. Nisha Blake told the officer that the person named on the warrant is her son, but that he's not the person the officer was looking for. She explained that the person the police wanted was actually her nephew, the defendant. In this case, Mr. Bennett, she was able to provide officers the defendant's correct information. The bench warrant had the wrong name because the defendant had provided officers with the name Tyrell Blake during a previous incident. Tyrell Blake is actually the defendant's cousin. Your Honor, due to the open cases, he has the 25 PI 002776, another one 24 SC 004100, an open probation violation 25 PV 000717. The state's recommendation is a $1,500 surety bond, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons swallowed bond.
Okay. The bond's going to be set at $1,000 signature bond through the jail, and his case is going to be reset to April 24th. He's already got other fires keeping him in jail. Thank you.
All right, we can go to position 20.
Mr. Chate, do you need to speak with your client, Ms. Zadorashna, with the interpreter? Are we ready to proceed?
That's Mr. McLean's client, Your Honor.
Oh, it is. Okay. Ms. Horbeck, have you had a chance to speak with Ms. Svetlana with the council?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so we have to hold until council is available. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
While we are waiting, let me see. I have this individual who's on an iPhone. Could you please unmute and start your video? The person who is on an iPhone, please unmute and start your video. All right, Miss Grace, we can place iPhone out of the Zoom, please. It's just one person with iPhone. Okay. While we are waiting to address the other cases with Ms. McLean, Mr. Chate, you don't have any more cases left on the calendar?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, let's just go down the calendar while we wait for the others. Position number 1, Bailey, was a $3,000 signature bond through the jail for the notice as a Riverside. Position 2, Bates, is a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2 with random screens. Position 3, Bennett, is a $1,000 signature bond through the jail, reset April 24th due to the felony holds. Position 4, Cruz, is a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1, DVIP requirement. Position 5, Delgado, we are waiting for that. Position 6 is Green, and that was a $6,000 split bond, reset date April 24th. 7, Michael Hall, and that's a $8,000 surety bond, reset date April 24th. 8, Hunter, is a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial services, 1-day anger awareness. 9, Kinlaw, is a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial. 10, Mitchell is, have we addressed that?
No.
No, okay, we've got to address that too. 11, Odom is been null crossed. 12, Phillips has to be addressed. 13, Pollitt is reset SAP April 22nd. 14, Robinson is a $1,500 split bond, reset April 24th. 15 Simpson is a $3,000 surety bond, reset April 24th. 16 Walker is a $1,500 surety bond, reset April 24th. 17 Washington is a $2,000 surety, reset to April 17th at 11 a.m. Position 18, Gary White, we're still waiting for an announcement from Mr. Melvin Thompson. 19 is going to be Ralph Wright, and that was a 3,500 surety, split bond, excuse me. Reset date is going to be April 24th. 20 is, we're waiting on Mr. McLean. All right.
Mother?
Yes, Miss Amoy White, if you want to.
Yes.
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 If you want to.
This is Amoy White.
I can't see you.
Hold on one second. I'm coming. Just one second.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. I'm at work.
Is the mother of Mr. Gary White, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Amoy White, we are still waiting for the individual named Melvin Thompson to chime in with this case. And you'll probably need to be in a room with better lighting because we can't. All right. So you
And
can.
Your Honor, I did reach out to the social worker just to ask if she had heard from him.
Okay. So Miss White, if you would please remain muted and put your video off until Mr. Thompson appears. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. The person who's on iPhone.
For the iPhone one, I'm here for Jose Delgado.
Lower your device. Lower your device. We can't see you. Lower your device. Now we can. And what's your name?
I'm here for Jose Delgado. I'm just okay.
What's your name?
Arlene.
What?
Arlene.
I think she's the victim.
She's the victim. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, she is.
Okay, let's go ahead and rename her to Miss Paz, P-A-Z.
That's fine.
All right, and you can mute your screen, Miss Paz.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, you say PAZ?
P-A-Z, yeah.
And Kasha, do you have any information from Mr. Thompson?
So I don't have any. I wasn't able to reach him. I did call the caseworker, and it just seems like there's miscommunications between both parties, and I'm not able to get anyone to give me a clear yes or no in terms of it. And I did ask that they come to court, and not really getting anyone.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Chate, if you could just text Mr. McLean and let him know that court is holding for him and him only now.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Miss Grace, if you could interrupt the breakout and please let Mr. McLean know that we are ready and there's another interpreter case he needs to address. Thank you. Okay, it's been some time now. Miss Grace, can you close out that breakout room, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. Is courtroom one? Courtroom one is available? Mr. McLean, was your client still in courtroom 1?
Yes, he's right there.
Okay, I'm just waiting for them to come back on the Zoom. Okay, perfect. Courtroom 1, are we ready? If you could unmute.
Ready, Judge.
Thank you. This is case 25 CR 1896H against Ortega Jose Delgado, accused of criminal trespass causing damage and stalking family violence. Ms. Lucia, please unmute.
Thank you, Your Honor. Este es el caso 25CR001896H. Es de la Fiscalía en contra del señor José Delgado Ortega. Tiene dos acusaciones. Uno es de allanamiento de morada y el otro es de acoso.
Mr. Delgado, you have a right to remain silent about the facts of the case. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Señor Delgado, usted tiene el derecho de permanecer en silencio. Cualquier cosa que usted diga puede y será usada en contra suya.
You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, Mr. Michael McLean will be your appointed counsel.
Usted tiene el derecho a tener un abogado. Si usted no puede costear un abogado, el señor Mike McLean puede representarlo el día de hoy.
Mr. Howard, any priors?
Oh, yeah. He didn't have any violence. He had 5 total. You got DUI, open container, that's open.
La juez pregunta a la fiscalía si es que hay otros cargos antecedentes y le indican que no tiene nada de violencia. En total son 5 cargos y uno es por conducir bajo la influencia de alcohol.
Right. Ms. Malguza?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident is from March 20th, 2025. The location is 837 Roswell Creek Circle, Apartment G, Roswell, Georgia.
Y la fiscal indica que hechos acontecieron el 20 de marzo del 2025 en la dirección del 837 Roswell Creek Circle en el apartamento G en la ciudad de Roswell.
The victim in this case is Arleni Ruiz Paz, and the defendant, they used to be in a relationship and they shared 3 children.
La víctima en este caso se llama Arleni Ruiz Paz. Ellos estuvieron en una relación y comparten 3 hijos.
The victim told officers that on the day of the incident, her ex, the defendant in this case, had damaged her front apartment window. Officers observed that the window was damaged and that there was a paver brick inside the apartment.
El día de este incidente, la víctima le indicó a la policía que el acusado había dañado la ventana del frente de su departamento. Los agentes de policía entonces se dieron cuenta que en sí la ventana estaba rota y había un ladrillo adentro del departamento.
According to the victim, the window repair cost was $250, which was added to her monthly rent payments. At the time of the incident, the 3 children were asleep inside the apartment.
De acuerdo a la víctima, el daño a la ventana costó $250, lo cual fue sumado a la renta por los dueños de los departamentos. Y esto sucedió mientras los 3 hijos estaban durmiendo adentro del departamento.
On April 8th, the victim told the officer assigned to her case that her and the defendant broke up in February of 2024, that on the day of the incident, she saw the defendant riding a bicycle outside her apartment, and he was watching her enter the apartment with her children.
El 8 de abril, la señora indicó, la víctima indica al agente de policía que el acusado y ella habían terminado su relación desde febrero del 2024 y el día del incidente ella le observó a él montado en una bicicleta mirándole a ella mientras entraba con los 3 niños a su departamento.
She showed officers text message exchange between her and the defendant, which took place on the date of the incident. He texted her, "I saw you home." The victim texted him back and said she's going to call the police. He said, "Go ahead and call them." He then tells her,
I'm sorry, Ms. Malaguzzo.
Yes.
It's a long warrant, and I understand that you need to put it on the record, but go ahead, Ms. Lucia.
La víctima entonces ese día llamó a la policía, le indicó a la policía los mensajes de textos, el mensaje que él le había mandado, que dijo, te vi en casa, y ella que respondió, voy a llamar a la policía.
But doesn't the warrant already state that the defendant allegedly admitted to these alleged offenses?
Yes, Your Honor, he did yesterday.
Okay, so let's leave it at that. What's your recommendation?
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
Y la juez le pregunta a la fiscal si es que el acusado ya aceptó, o sea, que accedió a aceptar estas acusaciones, y la fiscal indica que sí.
Yes, yesterday, the defendant admitted to breaking the window with a brick, and to go into the apartment and parking his vehicle outside, after he was told several times to stay away.
Y ayer aceptó el acusado de haber roto la ventana y de haber estacionado su carro fuera del departamento, y ya muchas veces después de haber sido que le hayan pedido que permanezca lejos.
Oh, cierto.
The state's recommendation is a $4,000 surety bond, $3,000 for the stalking, $1,000 for the criminal trespass and damage to property. No further contact with Arlene Ruiz Paz, in person or via text messages. Third-party contact if he wants to see the children. Stay away from the location 837 Roswell Creek Circle, Apartment G, Roswell, Georgia. No alcohol, drugs, or weapon while on bond.
Lo que la fiscalía está pidiendo es lo siguiente: una fianza con un bono asegurado de $4,000, $3,000 por la acusación de acoso y $1,000 por el allanamiento de morada. No tener ningún tipo de contacto con la señora Arlene Ruiz Paz y usar una tercera persona para el intercambio de los niños. No comunicarse con la señora Arlene Ruiz Paz ni por texto ni por mensajes, y permanecer lejos de la dirección del 837 Roswell Creek Circle en el departamento G. Adicionalmente, mientras está bajo fianza, antes de su nueva fecha de audiencia, no puede beber bebidas alcohólicas, no puede consumir ninguna droga y no puede poseer ningún arma.
And these are both surety bonds that the state's recommending?
Yes, Your Honor.
Y aclaró la juez que ambos bonos de fianza, o sea, toda la fianza, tiene que ser, el Estado, la Fiscalía está recomendando que sean asegurados.
Mr. McLean, what's your recommendation? Oh, I'm sorry. Please hold.
Ms. Paz.
Ms. Paz, excuse me. Ms. Arlene Paz, if you want to say anything, you need to unmute.
I'm here.
Would you like to say anything?
The only thing that I want to say is that
raise your right hand.
I'm sorry. The only thing that I want to say with everything that
Please stop. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. What is the only thing you'd like to say?
The only thing I want to say is that he has his children, like I said, who he loves and they love him, and I and his mom and everything. And the only thing that I want to ask for is, I know with everything going on with him or everything that he's done wasn't intentional, and like he needs some type of help, and that's the only thing that I want to ask and see, because that's what I was told that they were going to offer when they were asking me about the charges and stuff, and that's the only thing that I want. I don't want any of that extra stuff. All I want is for him to just be okay and to see what his options are, just for him to be okay.
All right, stop,
I
please.
don't want.
Please stop. Miss Lucia, did you have?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Entonces, obviamente, está presente la señora Paz y la juez le dio la oportunidad a ella, después de ponerla bajo juramento, de que ella explique lo que ella quiere y le diga a la juez lo que ella guste decirle. Lo que la señora Paz indica es que lo único que ella quiere es que usted tenga algún tipo de ayuda para que usted pueda seguir pues con su vida normalmente, que usted quiere a sus hijos y sus hijos le quieren a usted.
And Miss Paz, are you comfortable with him coming over to your apartment complex?
Señora Paz, ¿está usted de acuerdo y cómo está usted cómoda con que él venga al complejo de apartamentos donde usted vive?
He can, as long as there's someone else present.
Okay. And are you married to Mr. Delgado?
No, we're not married.
And were the children born out of wedlock?
Yes, they were.
Miss Lucia?
La juez le pregunta a la señora Paz si es que ella si es que ella quiere que usted permanezca lejos o si es que usted puede venir al complejo de apartamentos. Y ella indica que usted pudiera entrar al complejo de apartamentos, pero únicamente acompañado por alguien más. Y la juez también le pregunta a la señora Paz si ustedes se casaron legalmente. Ella indicó que no. Y la siguiente pregunta fue si los hijos nacieron fuera de matrimonio legal. Y la pregunta fue que sí. Y la respuesta, perdón, fue que sí.
Mr. McLean, counter recommendation?
Your Honor, I was thinking of a signature bond in an amount that would be with dollar amounts in the signature bond that would make sure, as I explained to him more, that he would be in a great deal of financial trouble if he did not come to court on time, also with any other appropriate conditions the court feels is necessary. I usually don't comment on the content of these cases because that's going to be a jury trial in the future. But
I'm going to pause at the moment. Miss Lucia has to translate what you just said.
En cuanto la juez entonces habla con su abogado defensor para que él diga lo que él quiere que suceda, la petición de él por usted. Y lo que él pide a la juez es que le den un bono de fianza no asegurado con dinero, sino únicamente con firma. Que la cantidad sea de lo que la juez determine, pero que que sea significativa para asegurarnos de que usted se presente al día de la audiencia y del juicio que tiene que presentarse. Aparte de eso, él está de acuerdo con cualquier otra sugerencia o regla que imponga la juez como parte del fallo.
All right. Anything, Mr. McLean?
I was just going to say, I read the stream of text messages, and I understand there's some jealousy, it looks like, and some snarkiness, but it will be up to the jury whether that rises to the level of intentional harassment. But Your Honor, we would ask the court to consider a signature bond if possible. If not, then a $1,000 on the charge and a $500 on the other charge.
Entonces lo que él sugiere es, si es que la juez no le da el bono nada más con su firma, el que le dé un bono de fianza, entonces nada más de $1,000 por un cargo y $500 por el otro cargo.
He does work for tree services and a pool installation company, and Your Honor, he did go to Centennial High the 11th.
Okay. Indica también que usted estudió en la escuela preparatoria de Centennial hasta el 11º grado y que usted trabaja para una compañía de cortar árboles y de instalar albercas.
And he To confirm his work, I called his friend at a certain phone number, and it turned out to be the phone number of Miss Paz. And I said, "What the heck?" And it turns out his friend is her brother, and I guess they work together. So it's all in the family.
También me dio él un número de teléfono y resultó que ese número de teléfono también era de la señora Paz, pero él me indica que es de el hermano de ella y que trabaja el hermano también con él.
May I make my recommendation now or may I make my ruling?
Yes.
My apologies, Your Honor. We just want to put on record that we did try to contact the victim via call and text, and we were not able to talk to her.
Was this today?
Yes.
Ms. Lucia, you may continue repeating what Ms. Melguza said.
La abogada de la fiscal indica a la juez para el acta, para que quede constante que la oficina de la fiscalía intentó comunicarse con usted el día de hoy y que no hubo respuesta.
In this particular case, the warrant sets forth that Mr. Delgado allegedly admitted to these offenses.
En este caso en especial, la orden indica que el señor Delgado aceptó estas acusaciones y estas ofensas, que él había hecho estas ofensas.
It's especially concerning considering that he has an open criminal case scheduled for trial on April 30th of this year.
Lo cual es principalmente preocupante porque él ya tiene otro caso que está abierto y va a llegar a juicio el 30 de abril de este año.
His actions demonstrate a blatant disregard of the law as well as personal property.
Las acciones de él demuestran el cero preocupación y respeto por la ley y por propiedad ajena.
On the criminal trespass is going to be a $1,500 surety.
En el caso de allanamiento de morada criminal, el bono asegurado va a ser de $1,500.
On the stalking family violence, that's going to be a $4,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 2.
Y en la acusación de acoso y violencia doméstica, el bono va a ser no asegurado, sino únicamente con firma por $4,500, el cual va a ser es un nivel 2 y va a ser administrado por la oficina del condado anterior a los juicios.
In order to be released, he needs to obtain a bond for $1,500.
Para poder salir de la cárcel, necesita obtener un bono de fianza de $1,500.
And on the stalking charge, it will be a $4,500 signature bond, in which he will have to report to pretrial twice a month.
Y en el caso del acoso, va a ser un bono bajo firma de $4,500, lo cual indica que tiene que reportarse 2 veces al mes a la oficina de la corte.
Nada más estoy yo.
All right, Ms. Paz, please mute your screen.
Señora Paz, si puede, por favor, cerrar su micrófono. Gracias.
On the signature bond, if he gets arrested again, if he violates the conditions or if he doesn't show up to court, his signature bond will be revoked and amended to either a cash bond or a surety bond.
Señor Delgado, si es que usted no cumple con las condiciones de su bono de fianza, si usted vuelve a tener algún problema bajo la ley, si usted vuelve a cometer alguno de estos delitos, el bono de fianza que le están dando bajo firma será anulado y le van a volver a buscar y a traer, y no van a darle un bono de fianza sin aseguro económico después.
The conditions are no further contact with Arlene Paz.
La orden judicial incluye ningún contacto futuro con la señora Arlene Ruiz Paz.
No further contact with the 3 children you share with her if they are all under the age of 18.
Si los 3 hijos que usted comparte con ella son menores de 18 años, la orden judicial incluye ningún contacto futuro con los 3 niños.
You are to stay away from the Roswell Creek apartment complex, the entire complex, including where Miss Paz lives.
Tiene que permanecer lejos. No puede ingresar a el complejo de apartamentos de 837 Roswell Creek Circle, incluyendo el área donde vive la señora Ruiz Paz.
In Georgia, where your children are born out of wedlock, you must file a legitimation case and obtain a court order to have a right to visit and joint custody of the children you share.
En el estado de Georgia, bajo la ley, si los 3 niños nacieron fuera de matrimonio legal, usted, señor Delgado, necesita hacer una petición a los juzgados para para poder verlos y para tener custodia compartida con ellos.
So in order to see the 3 children you share with Ms. Paz, you must file a legitimation action and get a court order to establish a parenting plan.
Entonces, para usted poder ver a los 3 hijos que usted comparte con la señora Ruiz Paz, usted necesita hacer un proceso legal de legitimación de sus 3 hijos. Como parte de eso, usted y la señora Ruiz Paz pueden hacer un plan de custodia, un plan de visitas a los menores.
And visitation must be carried out through a third party once you get the court order.
Y las visitas tienen que ser hechas por medio de una tercera parte, una vez de que usted tenga esta orden judicial de legitimación.
You are not to consume any illegal drugs and no alcohol, and you're not allowed to own or possess any firearms.
Como parte de la orden judicial, usted no puede consumir ni poseer ninguna droga, estupefaciente o bebida alcohólica. Y tampoco puede tener o portar ningún tipo de armas de fuego.
Your next court date is April 24th, and I think you've got another date with Judge Mather on April 16th.
Su próxima fecha de corte por esto es el 24 de abril. Me parece que tiene usted otra fecha de corte con otro juez, el juez Mather, el 16 de abril.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Does he speak any English at all?
He went to Centennial High. I'm sure he does.
Okay, just making sure.
If not, if he visits pretrial, he'll need to bring a friend who speaks adequate English.
Señor Delgado, si es que usted no habla inglés, necesita cuando visite las oficinas, después de que salga bajo fianza y vaya a las oficinas de la corte anteriores al juicio, de administración del proceso antes del juicio, necesita traer un traductor, alguien que le ayude si es que necesita esa ayuda.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Paz, you're free to go.
Gracias, señora Paz. Puede retirarse.
Ms. Lucia, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
You're welcome, Your Honor. You have a good afternoon.
All right, courtroom 2, we have a Ukrainian interpreter who's waiting to address position 20. Mr. McLean, before I get to that case, we have Mitchell, position 10.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm waiving presence. We'll forward the already.
Okay. Let's hold on that one. You also have Leon Phillips, position 12.
Your Honor, on both of those, both Leon Phillips and Craig Washington, we're requesting they go to the competency calendar. Mr. Bartels has filed the MHET request, and I'm continuing I'm repeating the competency court request.
Okay. So for Leon Phillips, will be a $1,000 surety bond and reset to April 17th at 11 a.m. and to stay away from the incident location. Okay.
Okay.
And then, so that was for Phillips. And then That gift brings us back to Svetlana. And
Right.
have you had a chance to confer with Miss Svetlana and through the interpreter?
Your Honor, I think she and I were able to do well enough without the interpreter. I do believe she needs the interpreter for full understanding of the court proceedings, but I got what I needed to help her in this court session as it was.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Horvath, if you please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the testimony you translate will be a true and accurate translation with no changes and embellishments?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is 25 CR 001-886J State versus Svetlana Zadoroshna?
Слухається справа номер 25 CR 001-886 J, штат Джорджія проти Світлани Задорожньої.
Ms. Zadoroshna is accused of simple battery from April 9th, 2025.
Пані Світлана Задорожня, вона звинувачується в тому, що вона когось побила, що сталося 9 квітня 2025 року.
You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court about the facts or circumstances of your case, your statements can and will be used against you.
У вас є право зберігати мовчання. Все, що ви скажете тут, у відкритому суді, може використовуватися проти вас.
You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, Mr. Michael McLean will be your appointed counsel.
У вас є також право на те, щоб у вас був адвокат. Якщо ви не можете заплатити за свого адвоката, пан Майк Маклейн, він буде представляти вас.
Is this a first arrest, Mr. Howard?
І скажіть, то був арест?
Yes.
Так.
Ms. Hall?
Yes, Your Honor. So this happened April 9th, 2025 at 4780 West Morton Road in Johns Creek.
Так, ваша честь, це сталося 9 квітня 2025 року за адресою 4780 Eastern North Creek.
12-year-old Aitan Chaimov stated he was outside on the playground and he was involved in an altercation with two other children that happened to be the defendant's children.
Свідок, 12-річний свідок Алтан Джемикайл, він був свідком того, як виникла суперечка між дітьми і між підсудною.
Mr. Chaimov stated he was involved in the altercation because they were picking on his younger brother.
Пан Чаймов сказав, що він втрутився в цю сварку, тому що вони почали займати його молодшого брата.
The defendant, who was a teacher at the child care facility, came out, separated the children, and then slapped Mr. Chaimov across his face and the right side of his neck.
І вчителька, яка була на даний момент у цьому навчальному закладі, вона пройшла, вона відокремила дітей і вона вдарила по обличчю пана Траймова з правої сторони, тобто по правій щоці.
The state would recommend a pretrial services bond on this case. We do ask that the defendant stay away from Aitan Chaimov and stay away from 4780 West Morton Road in Johns Creek.
Ми рекомендуємо, наші рекомендації будуть це те, щоб виникали сервіс для того, щоб досудового слухання, а також, щоб пані підсудна, вона була посторонь пана Айтана Чаймова, поки буде це слухання, і також, щоб вона була не ходила за адресою 4780 West Morton Road, що знаходиться в Джонс-Крікі.
We did have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Chaimov's parents who are here on the Zoom.
У нас була нагода поговорити з батьками пана Чаймова, які тут зараз знаходяться на Зумі.
She stated that the child had a concussion due to the acts of this defendant.
Вони говорять, що у дитини був струс головного мозку через цей інцидент, який стався.
And she stated that this is not the first time that this defendant has put her hands on one of her children.
І вона говорить, що це не перший раз, коли ця підсудна б'є одного з її дітей.
She also stated she does not want the defendant to have contact with her children.
Вона також говорить, що вона не хоче, щоб у підсудної був який-небудь контакт з її дітьми.
And we are going to ask that the defendant not have contact with any children for the period of this bond other than her own.
І ми просимо, щоб вона не контактувала ні з якими дітьми за період, поки вона буде під заставою. Лише зі своїми дітьми вона може контактувати.
I also just want to add that this entire event was caught on video, Your Honor.
І також я хочу додати, що вся ця подія була заснята на відео, ваша честь.
And Mr. and Mrs. Chaimov are here, and we would ask that they be given an opportunity to speak in accordance with Marcy's law.
І тут зараз знаходиться пан і пані Чаймов, і ми, згідно закону Мерсерс, дамо їм нагоду, ми просимо, щоб ви дали їм нагоду сказати, що вони думають про це.
That's all for the state.
Це все від прокурора.
All right, Mr. and Mrs. Chimov, if you want to say something, you need to unmute. Who would like to testify?
I'll let my wife Tammy go ahead and take.
Okay, Mrs. Chimov, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
And do all your children attend the same childcare facility?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And what is the name of this facility?
Wonder World Academy, Your Honor.
Wonder World Academy?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And what are the ages of the children who attend there?
My youngest child, he is 3. He goes to the daycare facility, which is the Wonder World. The other 3 children attend only after school or when there is a spring break or break from school. The other 3 children, my oldest is 12, who we're talking about today. My second, he is 9. My third is 6, and my youngest is 3, which I mentioned earlier, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. All I needed to know. Thank you. You may mute your screen. Mr. McLean, anything else to add?
I'd like to ask them.
Oh, go ahead. Please unmute Mrs. Chimov. Yes, Mr. McLean, go ahead.
Did the defendant's child get pushed or shoved off a tower?
Off a tower? No.
Off a height and land on his head?
Not his hand, his arm, and it was off a slide.
Off a slide. How high was that slide?
I'm not sure.
Is this on video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That's all the questions I have.
All right. And Mr. McLean, what's your recommendation? They're recommending a signature bond, but with no more contact with children other than her own.
Your Honor, if she works with children, that would take away her livelihood. I think that's extreme. Something less could be fashioned to protect children.
Is she still employed by them?
I don't know, Your Honor. I do need to have some translation to figure that out.
All right. Ms. Horbeck, if you could pose the question, is Ms. Zadoroshna still employed by Wonder World Academy?
Скажіть, пані Задорожна, ви ще працюєте в Wonder World Academy?
Буду запитати, але вчора, коли сталася ситуація, я забирала своїх дітей додому. Тобто я була мама, яка бачила, як падає дитина. Тобто ця дитина 12-річна ударила Спочатку мого Андрія, якому 8 років, після того ударив Олега, і ми кричали зупинитись, він не зупинився, є відео. І Олег впав вниз.
Please translate. I'm not catching it.
Yes, Your Honor. She is saying that yesterday when it happened, she was picking up a child and she has a witness, another mom.
I don't want to hear the allegations. I just want to know whether she is employed by Wonderworld Academy. That's all.
Я не хочу чути від вас, в чому ви виправдовуєтеся або звинувачуєте когось. Я просто хочу знати, чи ви ще працюєте в Wonderworld Academy.
Вчора працювала, сьогодні я не знаю. Від сьогодні я не знаю.
I was employed yesterday, but starting today, I have no idea.
Okay. Ms. Svetlana, this is a serious criminal offense, and please understand that the reason I don't want to hear anything about your side of the story is because right now you should remain silent and let your attorney represent you. If you have anything to add about your case, let your attorney know. In the United States, you have a right to remain silent because anything you choose to say can and will be used against you.
Пані Світлана, я вам хочу ще раз нагадати, що у вас є право на те, щоб ви мовчали. Тобто зберігайте мовчання, не говоріть нічого, тому що все, що ви говорите, може бути використано в суді зараз або надалі проти вас. Ви маєте дати право вашому адвокату говорити від вас.
Thank you. On the simple battery, the bond is going to be set at $3,000. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services, level 1.
Зараз я виношу вирок. Бонд буде $3,000, і це буде під підпис. І також ви маєте пройти певні дії, які називаються pretrial services.
Ms. Zadoroshna, you don't have to pay for the bond, but you can sign up for it, but you must comply with the following conditions.
Пані Задорожна, ви не маєте виплатити цю суму 3,000, але якщо ви підпишете, тобто будуть певні умови, які ви маєте виконувати.
Your conditions are no further contact with the Shaimov family, including Tammy and Shalom Shaimov.
Вимоги такі, щоб ви більше не контактували з родиною Шаймов, тобто не з Темі, ні з дитиною.
No contact with their children, including AC.
Щоб ви не контактували з дітьми, включаючи AC.
You are to stay away from the Wonderworld Academy until further order of the court.
Ви маєте залишатися посторонь від Wonderworld Academy, поки вам суд не присудить, що далі робити.
You are to stay away from 4780 West Morton Road in Johns Creek.
Ви маєте уникати адресу 4780 West Morton Road в Johns Creek.
If your children attend that location, any drop-off and pick-up must be done by someone else, not you.
Якщо ваші діти ходять за цією адресою в школу, то хтось має їх відвозити і забирати. Хтось, але не ви.
You yourself cannot participate in anything at that school.
Ви нічого не можете, не приймати ніякої участі в цій школі, що там знаходиться.
Your next court date is going to be sent to your current address.
Наступна дата суда вам буде надіслана на вашу теперішню адресу.
And please understand that if you get arrested again for anything else, or if you don't show up to court, or if you don't report to pretrial, your $3,000 signature bond could be revoked.
І ви маєте розуміти, якщо ви не прийдете на наступну дату суда, або вас знову заарештують, або ви не будете виконувати тих вимог, які вам назначить суд, те, що вони вам дали заставу в 3,000 під під підпис, вона буде скасована.
Thank you.
Дякую.
All right.
Your Honor, I just want to put briefly on the record that we do object to the not including the fact that she needs to stay away from all children, not her own. I understand that the defense feels like that is a severe consequence, but we also feel that a concussion is quite severe.
Understood. The warrant did not indicate this alleged injury, so if this is something that involves a concussion, I'm sure the district attorney's office can do something about that. In the meantime, based on the limited record we have, this is the appropriate restriction. If she wants to work for any other child care facility, I'm sure they'll do the background check and find this open case. And unfortunately, this may affect her livelihood very seriously. It's not a question of stay away, it's a question of whether she'll even get a job. Okay, thank you. Next case, please. Miss Horvath, thank you so much. You are free to go. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a lovely day.
You too.
Thank you.
Joe, you still got the waiver case.
Yes, sir. All right, Mr. McLean, we have Leslie Mitchell accused of criminal trespass causing damage to property. Case number 25 CR 001892J. She was here initially, but I understand that you have waived. So, yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Howard, did you say something? How many priors on Miss Mitchell?
40. Has a felony bench warrant, went to FS court a little while ago.
Okay. And was that for 25 PI 2803?
Probably so, Judge.
All right, thank you. Miss Mitchell unfortunately also has a bench warrant in 24 CR 004764H. All right, Miss Dunlop, what's the recommendation for Miss Mitchell?
This incident date happened on the 20th of March at 2748 Donald Lee Holloway Parkway. They spoke with I believe it's the employee at the senior citizen home, a Yives Nicholas, who stated she was inside of the senior citizen home with a bottle of liquor and jar of pickle juice. She was not a resident. She broke the glass at the facility. There was a photo taken of her outside the door with her face in the glass. A BOLA was issued for this defendant, and I think you have on record the incident date that happened yesterday that caused her to be arrested, where she was breaking windows at a different location on the same street. The state is looking for a $3,000 surety bond in this case. Stay away from 2748 Donalds Lee Holloway Parkway, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, 53-year-old Leslie Mitchell has a stable address in Marietta. Also community contacts with current phone numbers. She has several children, over 10. She asked the court to set the lowest possible bond in this situation. Her family will be in touch with her and try to help her in these matters.
I'm going to set the bond at $2,000. It is a surety bond to stay 200 yards away from the Avalon Park Senior Facility at 2748 Donald Lee Holloway Parkway. No further contact with Yaz Nicholas. And unfortunately, she also has that $4,000 surety bond on her bench warrant. So we are going to reset both cases to April 24th, and that would be this case. And the other case, Ms. Bridgewater, is 24 CR 004764. And I'm also going to require a social worker visit for this particular, well, I'm assuming, Mr. McLean, one's already been requested?
We had planned to, Your Honor, yeah.
Thank you.
Not already. It hasn't been requested yet. But,
all right. We'll just put in the bond order.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
No problem.
And then for, I think we've already addressed Leon Phillips. And that's a $1,000 surety bond, and set to April 17th at 11 a.m. And then that brings us to position number 18, Gary White. This fault
Yes, Your Honor. I did have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Thompson with Diamonds in the Rough. Judge Williams yesterday converted the signature bond to a surety bond so that he could get placement on the next SAP calendar. Mr. Thompson said he would be able to update me tomorrow. He said in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to give it till tomorrow to kind of let me know where the process is. Mr. Thompson is really just a link in the process. Okay. He is the first evaluation, and then they have to do the referral from there. So if we could, I just ask for one more reset to tomorrow so that we can attempt to do this instead of resetting him all the way to the next SAP.
No objection.
That's fine. It's going to be me again. So April.
I'm so happy.
It'll be me again too, Your Honor. We'll be here together.
All right. So it'll be April 12th at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Thank you. April 11th, right?
April 11th.
11th,
Yeah.
2 p.m.
Thank you.
Judge, don't try to escape this.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Are there any questions about the bond matters? No? Okay. We will see everyone then tomorrow at 2. Take care.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Well, thank you.